What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys, with another Got 'em Early. Woo! We got a couple of pickups today for the end of the month of February and also going into the month of March. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So let's get it. Guys, before we get into today's video, make sure you guys and girls check out Sample SMPLIND on Instagram and Twitter. We just dropped our brand new hoodies in black as well as in this mustard type of colorway. We also dropped some brand new jerseys as well in black and in green. Go and follow us, go cop, support your boy Bull and Tonyd2wild as always. We love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and we got so much more in store for you guys and girls coming up very soon from Sample IND. First things first, we got a very unique shoe, if I want to be honest. And this is set to release on February 23rd, so very near the end of the month. The Air Max 90 Volcano. Bam! The Air Max 90 Volcano, I'm seeing two release dates, February 22nd and February 23rd, and the retail price point on this particular shoe is $140. I think the shoe is pretty self-explanatory of what it is, and it does a very good job of capturing that. One of the things though on the shoe, it says on the tongue, Nike Elements. So with that said, I'm curious to know if we're going to see other type of element shoes popping out throughout this entire year. The shoe though, the actual material has that like vinyl type of overall texture and feel. And when you get a really nice close look up, you could see that that vinyl is moving in all sorts of different directions to kind of give you a three-dimensional overall look and feel. Now there is some 3D like elements or textures featured over on the swoosh, and you have this orange type of mesh swoosh, but then there is blotches of almost like a rubberized blotch of printing going on there to also symbolize that molten rock and that lava that's trying to escape. It's also featured on the back portion as well, but the overall upper is featuring in that vinyl that is moving in all sorts of different directions. That kind of gives that look of that molten rock once it cools down and becomes actual, I don't want to say it's stone, but what's the sediment? I forget, sedimentary rock, right? I'm probably even wrong there. So I'm looking at volcanic rock textures. You have glassy, which this looks a lot like infinitic, fenernit. Man, these are some words I just can't pronunciate, unfortunately, forgive me, but I will show a overall look of it. Also has that obsidian type of texture as well. And I looked up the actual word, and forgive me, this is all stuff I learned in elementary school and middle school, I know. Igneous, that's igneous rock. That is what it is. A igneous rock is rocks formed from molten rock, magma, or lava. Igneous rock. So that's what it is, an igneous rock overall look and texture. And then you also have that air bubble that has it's yellow, almost like a neon type of look overall. And, it's a pretty dope shoe. $140, you're paying a little bit of a premium for this Air Max. But I think that they added enough stuff to try to show, I guess, that price point making a little bit of sense. Now, this is a quick strike Air Max 90 QS black magma orange is what it says, 8.5. And you also have the 10 for the ladies out there. So be on the lookout. February 22nd is what I'm seeing, but I'm also seeing February 23rd. Hypebeast says February 23rd. Sneaker Bar Detroit says February 22nd. Sneaker News says February 23rd on their title, but then on the bottom it says February 22nd. So with that said, just be on the lookout, okay? Next up, what we got here? Oh, a classic that's been brought back several times and coming back now in 2025, the Nike Dunk High Michigan. Bam! The Nike Dunk High Michigan is a cult classic in the collegiate colorways for Nike Dunks in the high and in the low. And this one in particular, from what I have been told, now this is on the actual articles out there, don't really have a release date. This is say spring 2025, but from what I'm hearing, and I was recently told, like as of today, these will be releasing on March 1st. So be on the lookout, because this is releasing right on the same exact day as the Jordan 12 flu game. So with that said, I think it's going to be definitely a shoe that's looked over. You have the flu games dropping. There's going to be tons of pairs from what I'm hearing on that. So a lot of people are going to be able to just jump in and get a pair of those, where this one might go under the radar. And currently the 2020 pair you can get right now at like way below retail, like $70. That is before all the fees and all that, but around $70 to $100 right now, where this one is saying they're going to be retroing these for $135. That's what they said. I don't know. That's wild though. That's wild. You have the extra set of laces also featured here, and it's coming in your typical just standard Nike Air box. The box, it says Nike Dunk High Retro SE, so special edition. Varsity Maze, Midnight Navy, Nike Dunk High Retro. So maybe their wording is that they're making them remastered, closest to the original, and all that type of stuff that Nike's been giving us for quite some time now to make us feel better about spending $130, $200 for Jordans and such. But I will say that the lacing that they used on here is a little bit different. It's almost like a yarn style than your typical cotton. And to even show you a little bit better, the yarn style that is used is different than the style used on the yellow laces that you see here. Special edition, that's what they're calling it. Also, the fact that it comes with an additional set of laces, that may be some of the reasonings why we're seeing $135. And the quality is there. It's nice. But is it phenomenal? I would say, nah. Right now, currently, we're at $115 for Air Force Ones. Nike Dunk Lows, last time I checked, are going for $115 as well. Pandas are sitting on Nike as we speak for $115. And Nike Dunk Highs, the Panda, also sitting on Nike, is going for $130. So they are adding on a $30 premium for this particular pair here. So I'm going to let them speak more into it. We'll see as time goes on if, what makes this a special edition. Is it a 30th year anniversary? Well, technically speaking, it would be a 40th year anniversary for the Nike Dunk as well, right? Because the Nike Dunk came out in 1985 as well. August 1985 to be exact. So special edition, was this one the original colorways? Let's see what Nike's doing. But they are taxing on $5 more for that one right there. I wanted this to see for myself, so I looked on eBay, and the oldest pair of Michigans I could see at least was from 1986. Nike Dunk High Michigan from back then. So I don't know if they came out in originally 1985, that particular colorway, but there is, oh no, hold on, maybe so. Check them out, 1985 right there. So maybe they, 40th year anniversary for this shoe as well. Let's get that money. 40 years in the making. Let's get that money. So that might be your story for that one in particular. Now, last but not least, well, we still have one more as well. We do have another big basketball shoe though that is making its way back in March, and that is the Nike Air Max Uptempo 95. Bam! Another cult classic from Nike basketball making its way back in March 9th of 2025 for a retail price point of $165. An iconic shoe, and at the time being said to have the most air in a Nike shoe, and the first Nike shoe with a full visible zoom air on it. So you can see even on the bottom here and the side paneling, that full length visible air cushioning featured on this sneaker. This is a sneaker worn by a lot of legends. One, of course, being Scottie Pippen, but Tim Duncan also wore these. Kobe Bryant wore these in high school. This has been worn by a lot of the legends out there. And I can't forget Ray Allen as well. So seeing these come back in 2025, it is a big time basketball shoe. We are back in the retro game again. We've been getting those pennies. We've been getting some Deons. And we have gotten a lot of Air Max 96, the Uptempos. But it's been a minute since I've seen a pair of 95s, and I have never owned a pair of 95s, so this may be one to add into the collection. Specifically this colorway too, being one of the OG colorways. It's dope to see this one officially come back. You have an upper of leather. Now let me check, because this leather is different. It does have, I ain't gonna lie, it's not the best quality leather. It has some type of synthetic feelings to it. Yeah, feel me? Some of y'all will argue that all shoes are synthetic. I will disagree, but even there, like right here, I just don't like that. That looks like plastic, you know, feel me? It looks a lot, kind of a little dingy. The bottom portion, however, you have what feels to be like a nubuck or durabuck featured on that mid portion of the shoe. Of course, you have the midsole with the full zoom air cushioning, the Nike swoosh, awesome. And then the back portion is the Air Uptempo symbol, which is rubberized on the back. You have that pull tab back there, and a very, you know, solid overall shoe. They did change it up a big time though when they went to the 96, but you could definitely see that they kept the straps along the tongue to give you some extra, you know, overall, I would say grip, I guess you could say, just some grip on there. On the inside, you have a black insole with a white Nike swoosh, and then you also have your bottom here featuring that Air unit. Let me just see. This is a Nike swoosh. I would have, for some reason, I thought it had maybe said Air Max. You have the Air unit, which you can, it's plastic over it, and then there's a bubble underneath that as well, so you can actually feel the bubble and put a little bit of pressure on there to actually feel that air cushioning and its effects that it would be doing. But it's dope to see that they keep that along. One of the reasons why I say that is, and salutes to Reebok, but you know, Reebok used to be full zoom, I think Hexalite, and they have since removed the Hexalite from the front portion but kept it in the back. So the back portion of a Reebok, that Hexalite is there, but the two pods on the side is fake. I think that you could peel them off. Nike has always stayed true, keeping their air cushioning, you know, full length, whether it's on something like this from 96, and also even the brand new, you know, the retros of the Jordan 11s have that air cushioning as well. So it's definitely a classic being brought back. I'm gonna do a review on them. I'm gonna do a review on these bad boys because it's a classic. We're gonna do some history. We'll do a little history lesson, so stay tuned for that. These are releasing on March 9th, so there is a little bit of time left on that. But this is definitely one for some people out there. You feel me? People like Mike Rich, salutes to Mike Rich. He calls the Uptempo's ant bed stompers. Those are not as bed. But Mike, if you're watching that, let me know, are those ant bed stompers qualifying as well, or are they a little bit better? Because they don't look as bad. I get the ant bed stompers though. I do get it. I got a pair of them, and they do stomp some ant beds. You can stomp the hell out of them. So yeah. And last but not least, for the ladies out there, let me get in the middle now. We got something different. Well, somewhat different, but we've seen this before. We've seen this colorway before. The name even itself is being reused, but it's a little bit different with a twist. This is a women's exclusive though of the Jordan 4 Seafoam. The Jordan 4 Seafoam is set to release on March 8th. This will be a women's exclusive for $215. Now, from what I'm reading, these will be available though in preschool and toddler as well. You have a whole entire upper that is a nubuck upper, and it's in a Seafoam, women's Air Jordan 4 Seafoam / cell metallic silver. This is a size 11.5, which is the equivalent. Damn, maybe I've been tripping, bro, because look, I did the review on these, right? Maybe I'm doing too much of snugging, and maybe I need to start just being a 10 and be a 10 and just rock out. Watch the on foot. Well, you'll see the on foot when I do the review on these, right? These are a 10, and I thought these were a 9. These fit like a 9 to me. I'm not telling y'all to size up or size down, but what I am saying is, maybe me being 8.5 and 9, maybe I'm doing a disservice to my feet overall and killing them, and I've just been killing them throughout this year because I was rocking these and I did have a room of comfort. It wasn't snug at all, but they worked. But that's another story, okay? Bam! So, Seafoamed all over upper. You got the metallic silver featured on the wings right there, and a sail midsole and bottom. You got the Seafoam also featured there. It's a very simple monochrome Jordan 4 in my humble opinion. At the same time, I don't know like how this will perform. We'll have to wait and see, because the Jordan 3 what was it called? Treat Yourself. Those things sold out. So I don't know if it was just the fact that they were all pink, if they were 3s. I don't know. The ladies turned up for them, and them things flew off the shelf. Nikki even got a pair. So I'm curious to see how these will do for the ladies out there, because those were 210 or 215 as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how the overall outcome comes for this particular shoe. But I do think it is a very nice looking shoe overall. It has that mint type of look. Will do very well. March coming up, you know, you're getting close to Easter, so it will do very well as that type of shoe to rock for that Easter Sunday. I can already see the fits now all over Twitter and Instagram. I don't know if I'm gonna grab these. 215 is a lot, but if I need it, this wouldn't be a bad Easter fit. Just being 100, you feel me? This, your pinks and your baby blues. So we'll just have to wait and see. But with that said, overall solid shoe. Women, ladies, they're charging all the men's prices. You are getting that men's quality on this particular, you know, pair. So I guess you gotta just deal with it, right? I guess you gotta just deal with it. But with that said, let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions, because we got some solid pickups, including this one, but these are some dope ones as well. I would love to hear what you guys and girls think about this down below in the comment section, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.